Hey guys, welcome back. So I recently put out a video for doing like a tubeless, setting up tubeless tires, just kind of like a hack that I learned from Sid and Mackie, and makes it really easy to set up tubeless tires if all you have is a floor pump, because it helps you pre-seat the bead. I have an air compressor, and some people may not, and I know sometimes that can be a big expense, but even when you do that trick, sometimes you still might want to use an air compressor just because it's faster. I was actually speaking with someone recently just through comments, and they were having a hard time using that trick to pre-seat the bead. And so I was thinking of other ways that might give you some tips or some tricks that might make it a little bit easier to even set up tubeless tires. So I have this sprayer, and how this works, this is actually something I got from Home Depot. It's probably what, 10-15 bucks. I don't know, I've had it for a little while. Let's see. But you just pump this up and it creates pressure inside this tank, and then you press this trigger, and I just got water in here, spraying a little bit. Anyways, so I'm trying to think of ways how we could adapt this easily, quickly, cheaply, and use it to connect into just like your traditional Presta valve there for tubeless tires. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you this trick and see if it might be able to help you guys even out a little bit more. All right, so first we're just gonna unscrew this attachment off. It should be this little O-ring here. Make sure you save this, because inside here, so you can, that's just kind of releasing the pressure there. Just probably empty this out. Obviously it's just water here. That's how you'd fill it up, obviously, with any of your solution. Use it for like pesticides or something like that, Roundup, spray in the yard. Should be able to just pull this out. We might be able to use this to kind of go over the valve. And so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to stick this back in there, because we'll need, obviously, the pump will create the pressure. This is just kind of like a quick release valve for that pressure. Now, here's what we got to work out. There's this. When you just kind of place it in here, doesn't do anything. So ideally, this O-ring here. So then you do have to remove the tip of the sprayer. I think it is just a pull motion. Ugh. Ugh. It's on there pretty tough. I've had this for several years, but just yank it pretty hard, and it's just kind of like a snap. So once you get that, you can take this part off, because this is what we will use. You can see I've got the gasket on this, and we're just sticking it in here, and obviously that just kind of fits loosely, but that's where this will be attaching here. There we go, and now we've got our setup here. Now that gasket will not hold this in like super tight, so don't pull on this hose, but it should give you enough seal to build this up. So this is your valve release. So I'm going to show you guys. We're just going to pump this up. I can still pump quite a bit more, but just for, let's probably get the water out of there. Yeah, got that pumped up. I'm gonna come back to my tire. Don't mind it being dirty. And this is 27.5 rims here, and these are 2.4 wide tires. I've unseated the entire wheel here, and just that way you guys can actually see this. I haven't done anything. In that other video, I showed you kind of a trick on how you can kind of pre-seat the tire, so that way it makes it easy for a floor pump. I'm not gonna go through that here. I'm just gonna set the tire into the wheel well, into the center, and we're just gonna see if I can pump this up. with and have it seat. You want to make sure you take your valve core out just that way you can get some more air in quickly, and don't lose that. All right, so we've got our little portable air compressor. We've got our makeshift nozzle, and we're just going to set this over. You can see it almost immediately grabbed. Obviously, make sure you got your thumb there. We're going to have to get the valve core back in. I'm going to grab my regular floor pump. Now we are just topping off the air. So I actually did this all just on my tire that was already on here. If you're actually setting this up tubeless, there's other steps to follow. This is more just a trick to show you how you can use just the basic gardening like air compressor. This is a gallon size, 4 liters. This is just used like for like gardening. You can find it like in the garden section at like your Home Depot or Lowe's or any other outdoors or whatever store. But yeah, it was super quick to install that and set it up for the functionality we had. It's actually worked really good. Looks like I'm seated all the way around. I still even got the nice pop that you guys heard from it. So now I just gotta wash my bike. Anyways, I hope you guys actually found that super useful. And again, it's actually really nice because you could even use that, throw some water in there, take it with you on your bike rides, the trailhead. And you can even use one end for just kind of washing yourself off. You get super dirty out on the trails, or you can just kind of carry it around. And it can be like a nice little compressor for you guys when you're trying to set up tubeless, or if you're switching out tires. You don't want to deal with trying to muscle your way through a floor pump, just trying to get all the air in you can. This is like I told you, this is maybe 10-15 bucks over at Home Depot, and might be a way to save some of you guys some frustration and setting up tubeless. So if you haven't seen my other video with the trick that I learned from Sid and Mackie on how to pre-seat the bead of your tire, which makes setting up tubeless with a floor pump extremely easy. But like I mentioned before, there were some people mentioned in the comments that they were still having a hard time with it. So this might be another alternative for you guys. Thanks for watching, guys.